Hello, day 28. We're back, briefly. We're gonna try and get some refactoring in. See how that ends up going for us. Where to begin? Let's finish off with our class, shall we? A little prototype. I think it's as good a place as any. And try to get our build time string, I guess we can call it. Oops, that's not what I want. And we're gonna try and convert our time spent. I think it's somewhere here. There it is. So we need to convert this now. If user hours greater than 1, time spent hours is user hours. And we also need to take into account minutes as well. So we probably want a string to begin. Let time string equal to, by default, could be hours or minutes, couldn't it? We do something like we should have an hours string where we do user hours if it's equal to 1, or if it's blank. If it's less than 1, oh, we're gonna use this dot hours now. If this dot hours equal to 0, leave it blank, otherwise hours. can log the time. Should probably return our string so that we can figure out what's going on there.
We're getting hours, perfect.
So that's if it's 0. What if we do another check? This dot hours equal to 1. We can do hour, otherwise it's hours, no? Do not nest ternary functions? Well, if you don't want me to nest them, then what should I do? You should apparently use an if, else. It's so much more simple to understand. Can I convert this into a... I don't have an option, do I? I wanted to turn that into a if statement. Else if else only probably can't use an if inside of a thingy like that, so that's not gonna work. Yay for logic, can use a ternary. That's the only annoying downside to this. We have to look at another way to do this then, because that does work, but it conflicts against our rules that we currently have. Even though this would have probably worked perfectly, to be honest. So we get hours because it's 3. If I stick 1 in, we get 0 should be hour, right? Okay, regardless, that's still... What's a better way of doing this? Let's think, because this was the old way. maybe we can do ORs. So if user hours, so this dot hours or this dot minutes greater than 1. Oh, the only problem is if hours is greater than 1 but minutes isn't, whatever we set there, it will give minutes instead of a minute, even if minutes is 1. So we can't use ORs. I just feel there must be a better way than an if statement, surely. Okay, how about we set defaults, right? So we use ternary. Our string is just going to be, by default, it's going to be hour. Then we can do a an expression. This dot hours equal to 0, or not even 0, equal to 1. We can have it say hours, else this dot hours greater than 1. No, hold on. It's just hours. Wait, I'm confused. If it's... Oh, so it's an hour or hours? I don't think we need the string literal there, do we? This dot hours equal to 1. Then hours string equal to hour, else hours string equal to hours. Is that correct? Without obviously that. And this should not be a constant. Okay, let me fix this so it can stop giving us those errors. There, can you stop complaining? Convert month, convert day. We need 3 checks. If there's no hours, it needs to be blank. If it's a single hour, it needs to say hour, else hours. So I could start it with blank. That will cover that case. Then we could do hours string equal to condition. Sorry. So we're gonna have it like that, right? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So condition hour else hours. So that should work, because then our string is empty, and then we're gonna set our string to this dot hours. If it's equal to 1, the only problem with that though is if it doesn't match anything else, it's gonna become hours. So if this dot hours is equal to 1, I'm worried that the else can match 0 or 2. Because it could be 0 or 2. That's an issue here, so hold on, let me think about that now. You know what I think we need to check for is then check for 0. This dot hours equal to 0. Or less than equal to. Can we do, yeah, less than equal to 0. Then we're gonna leave it empty. Else it's gonna be hours. But the only problem there then is I set this to hour. Let's say hour is 1, but this is just gonna assign it hours regardless. And I can't have another condition in this ternary because it doesn't want me to have nested ternary conditions. So I'm a little bit stumped now. Man. Since we have two strings, you know what we could technically do? Let's do a check here, directly in here. This dot hours less than equal to 0. We're gonna do blank, else hour. Okay. Then this dot hours greater than equal to 1. No. Greater than 1 hours. Else do I need an else? Can I literally just have a single condition? I can't remember. I can't, can I? Can I do hour string? Can that work? Because that should call that, which will be whatever the correct thing it should be. That's a bit convoluted, I think. Let's see what the outcome is anyway. Oops. No! Come on. See what happens. So we get... Why am I outputting time? Do I have anything in hours? Oh, I don't. That's probably why. So I get hour if it's 1, cool. And if it's 2 hours... If it's 2 hours, we get hours. Perfect. And what if it's -1 or a negative integer? We get nothing. Cool. So that seems to work. I just don't like how messy it is. There must be a better way. But that works. That's like 2 lines versus multiple lines for hours. So this dot hours less than equal to 0, it's going to be blank, else hour by default. And then if hours is greater than 1, hours, else whatever hour string is. So that's hours string. Then we need let minutes string equal to this dot minutes. We're literally just going to copy this. And minutes string, minutes string, minutes string, minutes, minute. Come on. Minutes. So minute string equal to this dot minutes less than equal to 0. Minute string equal to this dot minutes greater than 1. Minutes. Cool. Hey Koof. What if the hour is 1? What if the hour is exactly 1? It's going to be hour. Because up here, this dot hours is less than equal to 0. It's going to be blank. And if it's not less than equal to 0, it's going to be hour. Because it's either going to be blank or it's going to be hour. This condition only checks for, is it going to be greater than 1? Then it's going to be hours, else it's going to be hour string. And hour string is already hour. So that's the workaround that I had. Because I would have done this with 2 conditions on a single ternary line. But Airbnb does not like nested ternaries. And I didn't want to do an if, because that would just look like this again. So I managed to get it down to 2 lines, which I think is okay. I think that was a good solution here. I just set it back to hour string. And hour string is obviously whatever it would have matched to. And since it didn't match here, it would have matched to hour. I think that's all the cases you need. Less than equal to 0, blank. Otherwise hour. And if there's more than 1 hour, it's hours. Otherwise hour. Hour string, which is hour. So that's that for hours. That's that for minutes. Then we need to have let time string. I would have liked it on a single line, I'm not gonna lie. But what can you do, right? So the time string is now gonna be whatever we did before for time. Time spent, this one. So then we come up here. So it's going to start like this, time spent. And we're going to have a... So time spent hours. So it's gonna be this dot hours. And then hours string. I don't know if I need this dot hours. I think I need this dot hours string, don't I? Can I not have two variables? Do I have to go like plus? But I might be concatenating a string, so where in doubt, let's rather do this. And it will correct me if there's a better way. Come on! Like that. So this dot hours, hours string. Then do the same, this dot minutes. Minute string. Is there any spacing? There isn't any spacing, so it should be literally... Only thing that I could see is... Yeah, if one of them is empty now, we're gonna have extra spacing. That's the only downside that I'm gonna see right here. And then we return time string. But if we empty, we're gonna run into an issue. Time spent, 1 hour 45 minutes. Yeah, that works fine. But if you have 0 hours, you're gonna run into an issue. You're gonna have 0:45. And that extra space, because there's no hour. I handled the space before in time spent minutes. You know what I think I need to do is add it into the hour string, build it in there somehow. If this dot hour is less than equal to 1, it's going to be blank with no hour. Otherwise, this dot hours hour with a space there, because then you know it's 1 hour. Yeah, I think that's the correct way. And then if it's greater than 1, then we're gonna do this dot hours again. Come on, do the string concatenation for me. Thank you. This dot hours, otherwise hours string, which is that, otherwise blank. I think that's the solution here. And then the same for minutes. This dot minutes plus ooh, otherwise this dot whoop, nope. This dot minutes plus minutes. Perfect. So that should give us exactly what we need, otherwise blank. And then all I need to do here is call hours string and minutes string. Hours string and minutes string. Time spent, hours string, minutes string. I think we're still gonna run into an issue. But we'll see now. So 45 minutes. That is correct. Where's my full stop? Why is it not in it? Where'd my full stop go? Why did it chow my full stop? That's weird. It's part of the string. Where's my full stop? Give me my... oh, there they are. But I think we should do that for the minute, because that's where the sentence ends, rather. So we have 45 minutes, cool, but there's extra spacing, but we'll deal with that now. If it's 1 hour, we get 1 hour 45 minutes. That looks good. What if there's 0 minutes? We get 1 hour with extra spacing. So how do we deal with that extra spacing? I added the spacing by minutes. That's what I did. So these came together. And then if there were minutes, I added the spacing as such. That's what I did. So that should solve that spacing issue. So then we get 1 hour, no space after that, perfect. And if there's nothing or negative, we get a blank string, perfect. And if it's 1 minute, then we get 1 minute, perfect. There is an extra 2 spaces there now. If I move that, then we get 1 minute, cool. But the issue comes in if I have an hour, that's going to be like right on top of it now, isn't it? Yeah. But I guess that's why if there's hours, we could just add the space there as well. That makes sense. So 1 hour, 1 minute, that looks great. What if we have 0 minutes? Or like a negative amount of minutes? Then we get 1 hour, perfect. And what's the other one we need to test? If we have no hours, or we have 2 hours, it should say hours, perfect. And if we have multiple minutes, it should say minutes. Cool, perfect. That's all of the test cases. Now the only thing is adding a dot when it's just hours and no minutes. That's a tricky one now, isn't it? Because now we get 2 hours. Wait, we have spacing in for all the cases, right? So I could technically just put a full stop at the end of the sentence and it should work. 2 hours, perfect. What if I have a minute? 2 hours, 1 minute, perfect. 2 hours, 2 minutes, there we go. And if I have 0 or negative amount of hours, 2 minutes, perfect spacing. There we go. We did it. We refactored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus the declaration 12. Over 12 lines of code into just 3, 4, 5, plus the return statement. That's like a 50% reduction, basically. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Maybe we can do it better. I don't know. And we can technically return. We don't need to have a constant time string here. So we can literally do return. Just like that. And we'll get the exact same functionality. So that cuts down on that variable. So hour string and minute string, yeah. So basically 4 lines. I'm pretty sure there were more than that just to get the time spent. So there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 lines. 13 lines into just 4 lines. Wow. I'm really proud of that. I really am, I'm not gonna lie. I need to like save this. I'm really proud of that. Just dropping by for a moment, currently looking some esports. How long do you stream today? I need to go out in like just under 40 minutes, but I'll probably be back in like 3-4 hours after that. So not too long right now. What are you watching? Is it like soccer or something? That's the old piece of code. That's the new piece of code. Format. Probably changes to this dot hours, just so that if I'm showing it in a comparison, it makes a bit more sense, so people don't get confused. And this becomes this dot minutes. Now we could probably call time spent hours string. The people also don't get confused. And then minute string becomes that. Because then I could show, hey, this is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. It just looks so nice, so compact. I love it. And then we could probably change this to a return as well, can't we? Did I have a variable time spent? Did I? Where was the time spent variable? Oh, oops. No, go away. Go away! So time spent, I created a new constant. So I'm probably gonna have to change this to a return statement if I want to like have a proper comparison, I guess. There you go. So that's the proper comparison. Cool, I'm happy with that. So check that out. 13 lines versus 5 lines. What? Overwatch. So not soccer, of course. Esports. Nice. Oh, you said esports. My mind just goes straight to sports. I was thinking like, I don't know, super sports or something like. Yeah, esports, of course. Nice. Overwatch. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoy that. I remember back in the day I used to love watching the Dota TI, the International. I think last I watched like 2014's one. That was amazing when Na'Vi was playing. Ah, that was good times. And Ninjas in Pajamas, was it? Nip. Who else was there? It was Na'Vi, Admiral Bulldog. Who was he from again? What team? Because he was Swedish, so Koof should know him. Alright, Alliance. Loved Alliance as well. So like Alliance and Na'Vi were my two favorite teams. Hey Tesla Sternus, how's it going? So how are you guys doing on this weekend? What are you guys getting up to? You can make a function that you reuse for both hours and minutes, like pluralize 2 minute returns 2 minutes. But I mean, it's already 4 lines. Great, what about you? I'm doing okay. Me and Christopher's had a really late night. We only ended up finishing at like 5 AM our time. So, what was supposed to be just a quick hour, we refactored. Oh yeah, Koof and Testosterone. Check this out. So you remember our super long format function? Super long, right? So much stuff happening just to get the user's data, right? Check this out. I don't even know how many lines, like probably 100 or so. Probably have to count. But yeah, all of this we refactored into a beautiful class with a constructor. Check this. All of the user's data, I made I think it existed before. I had this getID function. So I do this.day and we hard code it for each one to get all the user's data. Then for the URLs, I made a new function, getClassValues, that takes that array-like object because it's an HTML collection and converts it into an array. So then we get actual arrays, and then we filter the array to make sure that the title and the URL is not blank when we call the bold link array. Sorry, that's the output afterwards. And bold link array basically takes every value and adds it as an object to our object, the link array. Well, sorry, the array. So it creates an object in an array. And then we filter that to make sure that the title and the URL is not blank, so that we get the links. And then bolding the link string down here is basically having a ternary to check if the link length is 1, it's just link to work, else it's links to work. And then for each one, we do another ternary to check, is the link length 1? Then we're going to have no numbers, you know, like 0, 1, 2, 3. Else we're going to have an index, 1, 2, 3, etc. So this literally replaces like, I don't know, like 15 lines of code for this single one. So that was amazing. I still want a name for this, Christopher. Do you have a better idea? Right now it's log. So you go current user.log. I was thinking output log, so get output log, you know what I mean? Like, what would be a better name for that? Because log just seems a bit weird. It's supposed to be nice and short, so you go current user dot, and you're still repeating the same code twice. Am I? You mean because those sections are very similar? You can make a function. How would I know what is function and what is... So the input would be the amount. Oh, right. Right, I see what you mean. That would only save us 1 line of code, essentially, wouldn't it? How do I write an inline function again? Now I have to give a name for it. You know, we can literally call that time string. So function time string, and it takes a number and a string. Might as well just say number and string. Or if we want it short, we just str and num. And then you want me to return Just feels like super refactoring at this point. So it needs to be num less than 0, less than equal to 0, else why did I do that? Something like that, num hour. Oh, string. Can I do this? I just want to see what it does. So something like that. But then how do we handle the default, which is hour? Okay, yeah, we can do that when you're back, no worries. Thanks though, Christopher. I'm happy that I managed to get it down to 5 lines anyway. That's still a big improvement by myself from 13. But we can see if we get it better when you're back. Well, let's see, num less than equal to 0, blank, otherwise num plus string. I would need something like this essentially. Num that's what I would need. Otherwise you need this. Num greater than 1, num string. I get tripped up with that. Otherwise, string. And you can actually just return this. I just realized that now. I'm guessing you can't return that, can you? No. Oh, where is it an assignment? I'm confused. It's not an assignment though. This is a condition. This dot minutes greater than 1. If it's true, this dot minutes, otherwise minutes string. Where's it an assignment? If I change this to return, Oh, that works. I can do it that way, but then why is there an issue here? Oh, because I probably need return num greater than 1. Return num greater than 1, if true num, otherwise string. That's it. Can you have a function inside of a method? Because an arrow function would simply be num string like that, right? And then the statement. Oh, but how do you call it, right? I wonder if this will work now. Because essentially all you do is time string, give it a number, this dot hours, and but how does it handle different hours, minutes? I guess I have to wait to see what Christopher meant. I'm probably thinking something else. Let me stick this back. Let me stick this back down here. Cool. And then we're not going to worry for that, because this works as it is. So now we got date string, we got time string. So that means for date string, where does time go? Time goes after progress. So today's progress. And then we need bold time string. Need to call the function, then a new line, this dot bold time string, this dot bold date string, this dot progress, this dot bold time string, thoughts, and bold length string. So what that should give us now is the time as well, which we didn't have before. So there we go. We got the day, we got today's progress, we got the time spent. If I had it changed to, let's say, 3 hours or whatever. 3 hours, 2 minutes, perfect. We got our thoughts. And we got the link to work, because there's only a single one. Yeah. You're back grabbing food, nice. What are you having, Tistostennis? So we don't need that anymore. Oopsie. Plain old bread. Nice, okay. I hope you enjoy that. Jeez. Amazing. I want to save this so that we could see the difference. This was the old version. What a massive... Wow. We've come a long way. Wow, I can't believe we've come this far. And then you got the URL, numlinks. Wow, I can't believe that we've done that. Just want to make sure that actually works. If we're gonna save that, you hit format, convert month is not defined because of these. I think it's Control Shift A, Control Alt A. No, pretty sure it's Control Shift. Toggle block comment, Shift Alt A. Shift Alt A. Come on! Oh, it's the entire thing. Shift Alt A. There you go. Now do you work? There's the day, there's the progress, there's the time spent, there's the thoughts, there's a link to work. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that's the old one. Cool. So format now literally becomes let's save it as old. So we literally get rid of all of this. And we go current user is a new user. And .log gives you everything that we need. So we don't need formatted output because we already got that. So all we do is document get element by ID output. .inner HTML is going to be current user .log. Literally just that. Oh, if that works. There you go. Day, progress, spent, thoughts, link to work. Add more links. Format. There we go. 1, 2. That is amazing. Wow. So our entire function got replaced with... Obviously you count the other stuff, which is still far less and looks far better at least. The flow of it, it's so much easier to read and you can see what each one's doing. That's the link array, that's a date string, that's a time string. And then we bold the link string there. Only thing I'm wondering, we don't have bold progress and bold thoughts, but I'm thinking that's a bit overkill to have a function for that. You literally just take here whatever the user's progress and thoughts are. It's plain text. You don't need to add or change anything, right? So I don't think it's necessary. So maybe when we're gonna add a full stop at the end, I'm just going to leave a note for myself there. So const current user is new user, so we get all the users info there. Document get element by ID, output the user's log. So I'm thinking instead of just saying format, maybe we should change it to format input, because that's what my idea was. Format input. And copy should be copy output. I think that was the only change here. So format input, copy output. So it just makes more sense. So this function formats the user input. And this function copies the user input. Well, the output of the formatted input. This thing I still want to like pretty up. That looks awful. But otherwise looking good so far. Format input, copy output, add link section. That's a function, remove section, that's validate. Yeah, I think that's good. Make sure nothing broke. Format. Nope. Everything's good. And make sure the copy still works. Copy output. Yep. Still works. Well, there we go. We have successfully refactored our function. It's way neater now. Much easier to read and understand. The function format is now just 2 lines. Because the class constructor is handling everything. It basically stores all of the user data, and it even has functions to output the user data. How about that? If we really wanted to, we could honestly split the user and have another... No, maybe not. You want that all built in when you call the user, so that's fine. Wow. We should rename output to output container. Output container equal to document.get element by ID. Output. Output container.select. Document.execute command. Copy output container. Is it an output container though? It is an output container, but you're not really selecting the output container, you'll be selecting the contents of the output container. Well, yeah, well, the element is definitely going to be the output container, so that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. It makes better sense than output, because output could literally be the, you know, output of the log, which it isn't the case. So that's a bit better as well. Cool, yeah, so I think I'm going to end things off for now. I've got to run, but it's been fun, and I will be back, hopefully, in the next few hours, and then we can continue with this. I think I'm going to be done with refactoring. Maybe we could look at the add link section and refactor that, but otherwise I really want to continue, like, I want to get this thing out so that people can actually start using it. And I can actually have a GitHub for it and actually, you know, check it and whatnot. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Hopefully finish up the styling, because right now we did mobile friendly, so it's perfect for a mobile, you know, but when you're on PC it's quite big. I mean, it's not that bad. It's actually growing on me because I've been forced to use it like this, but it's not bad. It's like, it's bam, it's in your face, it's massive. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's probably not going to stay this way. It's big. And it's a lot to scroll through. I think that's a big issue. Got to sort out this, the button that scrolls down, because that works fine, but on mobile it messes up a little bit. Is it this one that has the scroll? I think it's this one. Yeah, scrolls, but then, yeah, goes past it for whatever reason. I've got to figure out why that is. But that's an issue for later. So yeah, I'm going to be off, and I hope you guys have an awesome one. And I'll hopefully see you when I'm back. Bye for now.